Hey everybody, very good morning. Today's pre-market outlook will be having some crucial information about markets behavior, which has recently experienced and the past one that have been witnessed on the chart. By collaborating these two kind of behaviors, we'll be seeing how it will be on the upcoming sessions, particularly in today's one, based on the Wednesday's session, we have demonstrated how it would be like. And based on the Wednesday's high and low and 29th April high and low, 22nd April high and low. As long as the Nifty trading in between or below or above to these levels, around these levels, if it is loitering means how the markets will be reacting can be discussed now. This is 8th of May 2026. Though it has rejected at the highs, the resilience what it has gained was impactful. Yes, in yesterday's session, after crossing the 24,352 as the low of 22nd April's one in the Wednesday's trade, yesterday we have predicted about the open value if it is should be above the value of the Wednesday's high means the probability will be very high to get the concrete build up on the long side or a bullish side, as we have predicted that yesterday's open was sharply above to that Wednesday's high and went near to the 22nd April's high of 24,500. Almost it has near to the value moved well, and because of that anxiety were nearing to the important dates high and low. This is what the behavior based impact will be like. Wherever it is, whenever it is, if the important dates high and low is getting approached by any benchmark index starting till the individual stock, one can see the anxiety and the volatility and the non-directional actions kind of things can be seen on the price actions. Because of that, the power of low and high, what the important date is holding. As like in the way, the 24,500 was the high point of 22nd April's one. As it has consecutively approached the low point of 24,352 on 22nd April, two sessions. After this completion of successful approachment, it was a duty for the behavior-based movements to approach the high point of the particular date. So that's what we just saw on the chart on the Nifty's one. While it is almost nearing to the 24,500, it got rejected. But even though that rejection happened, the Nifty's current trend still now having the resilient, improved way of confidence with a buy on dip that is clearly getting deployed whenever the low, particularly the important dates low and all getting approached on the instrument. So this is what the outcome based on till yesterday's movement on the Nifty one can take. But as we have pronounced, like this day would be crucial for discussing as well as watching out the movement on the market side. What it will be. So the thing and all, just a simple one that is also an outcome based on our behavioral research. See, today it may be marginally getting a lower open for our markets. But this lower open is getting proved by the way of bouncing again immediately after the lower open happened. And that bounce to prove that the way of closing or reclaiming the point of 24,300 means, if it is even happening on the 15 minutes, also can be taken as a signal for the long builders and a caution for the short builders. If the bounce happening immediately within first hour, that too if it is happening within the first 15 minutes, a close above 24,300 happens means that you can get the signal for the further upward movement. because of the OB kind of buying support around the important support zones, that too based on the important dates one, probably happening to lift the market up through the way of giving a bounce back. So in that manner, if you are seeing, you can still having the long positions being constructed with an accumulated strategy. The new positions also can be based on the confirmation we gave with the levels and actions. You can initiate that too. In case if it is not happening, means what you can follow based on the moments that will be on. See, in case the Nifty is struggling to come back to the 24,300 zone, means nothing to be worried. As long as the Nifty is staying about 24,135, that is a minor but a core support zone for the current trend, which has been pronounced for the recent 2 sessions, and we are continuing with the same for the current session. That is the end of this week, second week. The 24,135, as long as the Nifty is holding, you can observe that you no need to get immediately jump into buying or accumulating around that particular zone, but it would be better to monitor what the 24,135 as a level is giving. Between 24,135 to 24,179, as we pronounced yesterday, stated yesterday, it also going to act for the day to create the demand for the buyers. So between this range, the interim buying probably happening. In case if it happens, that would be enough to push the market up beyond the level of 24,300. That is what the level we have been predicted and expected with the close of 15 minutes to get the positive signal to see the accumulation based strategies can be deployed, or fresh initiation on the long build up also can be started. Like only one chance, if it is moving below 24,135 with a close at least in a 15 minute. So there one can get aware about the things you should, particularly the long traders, in the way of reducing your current holdings, current positions, as long as it is trading below 24,135 with a 15-minute confirmation. If it happens on the selling side, one can see that 24,000 easily get breached and 23,900 maybe get focused for next support point. That is what the strategy based on today's session. One can focus, one can concentrate. Because of this cruciality only, we wanted to make you all aware about the things what is going to be done for the markets in today's session. So this is what the strategy one can follow. In terms of levels, of course, 24,200 to 24,400 would be the dominant range for the day. As long as it is loitering between this, the long traders can hold the position without increasing aggressively. Or the short positions can be built while it is moving beyond 24,400, particularly near to the 24,500 zone. If it is trying to continue the bounce, there one can, by the way of taking higher risk, one can build the short position. For the short builders, still high risk profile only involved in the short building or continuing the short position. From the positional aspect, it is of course, despite the improving structure, the bullish shift has not happened yet, which requires a confirmation with a conviction manner by sustaining above 22nd April high and low. At least low above the 2 consecutive sessions is required to maintain. Then the high above the same action should be needed for getting a clear signal on the bullish side from the positional perspective. From the sectors front, today, starting with the very important one, defense, which has acted well in yesterday's move, and maybe the profit booking dampened the sentiment, but Based on the retracement, the defense stocks and all giving, even we have also recommended the Bharat Dynamics Limited based on the positivity confirmation it gave. So that can be treated as an opportunity for building long. If you are a lucky person, if you are having any retracement or seeing any retracement on these particular stocks, because the positivity may be continuing on these defense-oriented stocks, particularly these shipbuilders and defense equipment makers. So those can be concentrated highly. Automobile with the chances of getting attraction of the selling on the initial stage, but later, particularly from the mid-cap space, one can see the improvement on the stocks movement with an intention to move or bounce back to the recent highs. So that also can be concentrated. Capital goods as a sector can be highly concentrated following with the defense, because this action it's shown in yesterday's movement and all was a healthier one compared to the previous sessions. So that can be treated as an opportunity to use the retracement in the opening session itself to build the long positions. Bank and finance, that too in a main or a core sectors to be concentrated in the way of building long or initiating the long by the way of keeping the support as we have stated for Nifty. Here for the Bank Nifty and Nifty Financial Services sector, the yesterday's low can be treated as a stop loss or support point until it is having traded above the low of yesterday's one can keep focusing on long build-up. The pharmaceuticals, which are now become a significant sector which is being impacted or impacting the market's movement. So that also can be in a positive way, one can focus. On the stocks front, most of the stocks listed here are based on earnings outcome, starting with BSE Limited, Britannia Industries, Bajaj Holdings, Lupin, Pidilite Industries, Escorts Kubota, Dabur India, Biocon, Thermax, Coromandel International, Karur Vysya Bank, and Cochin Shipyard. That the only one stock listed last as a Cochin Shipyard has a news that was order win one. Otherwise, all the stocks are based on earnings outcome. Today's results includes very important corporates like State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Titan Company, ABB India, Hyundai Motor India, Tata Consumer Products, MCX India, Oberoi Realty, Balkrishna Industries, JSW Infra, Cholamandalam Financial Holdings, Shipping Corporation of India, Swiggy, and few more also queued up for the quarterly announcement for the ended December 1 for the day. So that is what the importance about the mixed actions between these result-oriented stocks, already result-announced stocks, along with the current ongoing trend, which may not be leaving the Nifty to only focusing on the short side, like every short or every dip based on the recent behavioral analysis, which has been proved many times that the dips are getting attracted by the buying, particularly in terms of important dates, supports and resistance points. So that can be treated in the same way. The query for SBI here came. See, as the SBI results are expected to released during the day, but nobody actually known about the timing until otherwise they are announcing or mentioning in the report. So based on that, the SBI result, what we are expecting is prominently good when compared to the previous year, in particular to the previous quarter. So the SBI results can be expected in the way of positive one, but the impact based on the expectation on the or expectation poll on the SBI result might be getting impacted, not only the real numbers. So one can wait and watch before applying or before approaching the SBI for any kind of trade. So the SBI results probably happening during the market. Not before market, it may be during the market. We can expect in that way, and you can watch the SBI stocks without entering in any side. If you are a high risk trader, you can concentrate on SBI based on the tip it is giving in the opening session. You can concentrate on long build-up side. Keeping stop loss is very important across the trades you are going to take. That's it from today's pre-market discussion. We can have the next one can be on Monday. 20th, we wish everyone to have a happy weekend as well as today's one probably will be a fruitful day for you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.